Join my Patreon at patreon.com/bunnytails for the full uncut reactions. Thank you for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to me watching Star Trek, the original series for the very first time. Slowly introducing myself to the world of Star Trek, and you guys are also helping that process along very nicely, as I have been asking you guys to go into as much detail as possible into all the different roles and positions that make up the bridge crew. You guys have been fantastic and I'm learning a lot. I don't think I've asked you guys about the helmsman yet. So if you guys would go into as much detail as you would like as to exactly what the helmsman does, what they're in charge of, things like that. Primary duties, maybe secondary duties, whatever you have, send it my way. Thank you again. Today we're going to be watching an episode called Balance of Terror. And as always, I'm very excited to see what this episode is going to be like. Going into these, I never really know exactly what to expect, and that is really exciting. So without further ado, it is time to go once again where no bunny has gone before and watch some Star Trek. Enjoy guys, and see you guys in the comments. This looks different already. What are we doing here? A wedding?
Still no answer from Earth Outpost number 2, Captain. And now number 3's gone silent.
Maintain course to Outpost 4. Keep me informed.
Okay, well aside from that worrying news, Kirk seems to be in a good mood today. I can't even get him like a wedding dress.
Since the days of the first wooden vessels, all shipmasters have had one happy privilege, that of uniting two people in the bonds of matrimony. Angela Martine and you, Robert Tomlinson, so that you may pledge your...
Alert! Alert! All decks, alert!
Oh man, special day ruined.
Earth Outpost 4 reports they're under attack.
Under attack? I can't help but feel sorry for all the captains who have the joy and privilege to officiate a wedding, a union of two people that as long as they are in the position that they're in, they will never personally be able to experience that joy. I just finished editing The Naked Time, so that's very fresh in my mind, like 20 minutes ago, where Kirk was feeling sad about that fact that he's not allowed to know the touch of another person in that way.
Patrolling outposts guarding the neutral zone between planets Romulus and Remus and the rest of the galaxy received emergency call from Outpost 4.
So it seems like the other outposts were already hit.
There can't be much doubt who's attacking, sir.
Put the star sector on our screen.
A line of Earth Outpost stations. They monitor the neutral zone established by treaty after the Earth-Romulan conflict of over a century ago. No human, Romulan, or ally has ever seen the other. The treaty established this neutral zone, entry into which by either side would constitute an act of war.
That's intense.
To avoid interspace war, both these outposts and this vessel will be considered expendable.
Ooh, that is a very grave message.
So if we intercept Romulans now...
After a whole century, what will a Romulan ship look like, Mr. Stiles?
They're painted like a giant bird of prey.
I had no idea that history was your specialty.
Family history. All lost in that war, sir.
This is intense. So they don't know, it seems like they just don't know a lot about each other, the Romulans and the Earth humans.
All battle stations, Mr. Sulu.
And this Stiles guy has a personal feeling about this, about the Romulans.
Happy wedding day. Almost.
You won't get off my hook this easily.
Outpost 4. Do you read me, Enterprise? Enterprise. Can you see it? My command post here.
Yeah, it looks pretty destroyed.
We're a mile deep on an asteroid. Almost solid iron. And even through our deflectors, it did this.
They're a mile deep?
Then it fired something at us. Fantastic power. Then the whole vessel disappeared. Enterprise. Something coming on her viewing screen.
Is he the only one left there?
Can you see it?
I don't see anything yet. Oh, there it is.
Invisible.
Ooh. And then they just vanish. Cloaking?
Outpost 4, disintegrated, Captain.
Disintegrated.
Interesting how they became visible for just a moment.
When they opened fire.
Well, it's pretty terrifying to be against an enemy that you can't see, that you know nothing about, who they are, what they're capable of.
Blip has changed his heading, Captain.
Towards us?
A very leisurely maneuver. They may not be aware of us.
Their invisibility screen may work both ways.
The exact heading a Romulan vessel would take, Jim. Toward the neutral zone.
Ooh.
And home.
Parallel course. Exactly, move for move. I want him to think that we're a reflection. Under no circumstances are you to cross into the neutral zone without my direct orders.
The Romulans have crossed the neutral zone, attacked our outpost, killed our men.
We don't know that for sure.
I'm pointing out that we could have Romulan spies aboard this ship.
What? Aboard the ship?
Picking up communication, sir.
I believe I can lock on it. Get a picture of their bridge.
There's just so many unknowns right now. It doesn't make us feel very confident, does it? That's a Vulcan. When you know? Well, I know, well, never mind. It's hard to talk during this episode. There's like so much going on. I don't know too much about Romulans, but I know that one officer in Wrath of Khan, she was half Vulcan, half Romulan, but I don't know too much about
Captain
them.
Didn't quite get that, Mr. Sound. I assume you're complimenting Mr. Spock on his ability to decode.
I'm not sure, sir.
Well, here's one thing you can be sure of, mister.
Hey, mister.
Leave any bigotry in your quarters. There's no room for it on the bridge.
Yeah.
Do I make myself clear?
He does not like non-humans, does he? Be they Romulan, Vulcan. They're showing themselves again? It's a bird painted under there. That guy said that their ships are painted like a bird of prey.
I know they are following. But if an Earthship, why does he not attack?
First, study the enemy, seek weakness. If I were their commander, that is what I would do.
So they're Vulcans, or?
A message was dispatched. You've broken the rule of silence.
Only in code, Commander.
Your carelessness might have ended this glorious mission.
Just send
You're
a
reduced
code?
2 steps in rank. Return to post.
Demoted. Well, maybe Romulans have pointy ears too.
We've seen 100 campaigns together, and still I do not understand you.
The Earth Commander will follow. He must. And when he attacks, we will destroy him. Our gift to the homeland. Another war.
So they want to start a war?
We'll enter the neutral zone in less than an hour, sir. Assuming, of course, that we don't turn back.
This guy. He needs to keep his emotions in check here.
From the Outpost Protective Shield. This is the hardest substance known to our science.
Well, either Spock's really strong or...
Obviously, their weaponry is superior to ours.
You're discussing tactics. Do you realize what this really comes down to? Millions and millions of lives hanging on what this vessel does next.
Yes.
We have to attack immediately. They're still on our side of the neutral zone. Once back, they'll report that we saw their weapons and ran. You run away from them and you guarantee war.
I agree. Attack. And if the Romulans are an offshoot of my Vulcan blood, and I think this likely, then attack becomes even more imperative.
War is never imperative, Mr. Spock. Do you want a galactic war on your conscience?
A comet magnitude 7, dead ahead.
And when an object passes through it, even an invisible object,
it leaves a visible trail.
Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
Ooh, time to attack. Yes,
I
Bones?
hope we won't need your service.
Amen to that. Yeah, but Spock knows what these Romulans might be capable of.
The moment he begins entering the comet's tail, he becomes visible. We'll swing around the other side and catch him.
Its many particles will obscure their sensing device, Centurion. Once fully obscured, it will turn suddenly back upon our adversary.
They think the comet tail is obscuring them?
Clear.
Our reflection no longer follows us.
Escape maneuver 1, quickly!
Oh, you fucked up. So they thought they were being obscured, but actually they were making themselves visible by going into the comet tail?
He'll only be visible for a moment.
Don't see anything.
Must have guessed our move. Hard to starboard help.
Uh-oh. Now we
Exactly
don't know.
what I would have done.
We don't know where they are.
I won't underestimate him again. Now, fire blind, lay down a pattern.
Ooh. Is this their bridge? It looks small.
Divert all power to weapons.
At first I thought there was a Vulcan leading the Romulans on this ship, but they're all Romulans. Looks like they're gonna attack.
Emergency warp speed.
Oh no!
Full power, sir. It's still overtaking us.
We're not fast enough.
Phasers, Mr. Spock.
Impossible, Captain.
I remember that thing got through like a mile of iron, I think
Feed
they
this to the
said?
space recorder and jettison immediately.
Ooh. Space recorder. Preparing for the worst.
10 seconds to impact.
10 seconds. That was a fast 2 minutes.
Dissipating, sir.
It must have a range limit.
4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Ooh.
Limited range.
Well, they learned some valuable information. But I don't think that was good.
Phasers operational, Captain.
Back to his old course.
You may think we're destroyed, Captain.
Yep.
I wouldn't make that assumption.
Kirk views this other captain as a rival equal to himself.
Stay with him.
They're going back again. Man, this is crazy.
Commander, the reflection returns.
Activate our cloak.
Commander, our fuel runs low.
Quickly!
I wonder if cloaking uses up a lot of fuel.
Its commander is not one to repeat a mistake.
Enter the neutral zone in 1 minute, Captain.
Do we violate the treaty, Captain?
They did, Doctor.
Once inside, they can claim we did. A setup.
Yeah.
We're still on our side, Captain.
So time to make
Let's
a decision.
get them while we are. Before we enter the neutral zone.
Okay.
A phaser hit at this distance would be the wildest stroke of luck.
I'm aware of that, Mr. Stiles.
Evasive action.
They're hitting something.
20 seconds to neutral zone, sir.
Lieutenant Uhura, inform command base. In my opinion, no option. On my responsibility, we are proceeding into the neutral zone.
Whoa. Regardless of whether this was the best option or not, if things go wrong, it's all on Kirk.
Centurion is dead.
Why don't we fire, Commander?
He's shrewd, this starship commander. All debris into disposal tubes. The body of the Centurion, too.
Are they trying to lighten the load so they use less energy to...
Forgive me, my old friend, but I must use all my experience now to get home.
We've hit him, Mr. Spock.
Vessel wreckage. And a body, Captain. However, insufficient mass, sir. Not a vessel. A trick.
Oh, they were trying to trick them to think they were destroyed?
We've lost them, Captain.
So we've entered the neutral zone and then they can get home and tell their Romulan buddies.
We are at the neutral zone. No reaction on our motion sensors, but believe the Romulan vessel to be somewhere close by.
So if they make a move to like escape quickly, the Romulans, then we'll be able to detect them and hone in on them. It's a battle of the wits between these two captains.
I say he's been fooled. He must have gone on. Shh. He is there. Somewhere.
Now motionless for 9 hours.
9 hours.
I wish I were on a long sea voyage somewhere. And no responsibility. Why me?
It's where you belong.
I see the men waiting for me to make the next move. What if I'm wrong?
In this galaxy of 3 million Earth-type planets, and in all of the universe, 3 million galaxies like this. And in all of that, only one of each of us. Don't destroy the one named Kirk.
That's weighty. Millions and millions and billions of, you know, human-like creatures on human-like planets, but Kirk is special, at least to Bones and everybody on this ship.
It's all right.
What was that?
Signal, Commander. We have him. Move toward him.
Reverse course. You'll try to slip under it. Phasers. Fire.
They're really good at hitting an invisible enemy.
He's a sorcerer, that one. He reads the thoughts.
He's put himself in your shoes.
Our fuel supply all but gone, and he stays out of reach. More debris into the tubes. We have some of the old-style nuclear warheads aboard.
Only for self-destruction.
Place one in with the debris.
Debris on our scanners, same type as before, except one metal-cased object.
Helm, hard over. Phasers. Fire. Point blank.
Ooh. Space nuke.
Now we go home. They are at our mercy.
Don't be so sure.
I remind you of your duty.
What is his duty?
Weapon status.
We've only the forward phaser room, Captain.
Fully operable, Scotty?
Yes, sir. But Specialist Tomlinson is manning it alone.
Sir, my first assignment was in weapons control. Go. Lieutenant Uhura, take over navigation.
That's the second time we've seen her in navigation.
Maybe we can pull them back to our side of the neutral zone. Hold our position. Play dead.
We've damaged ourselves. The fuel reserve is gone.
And it is our duty to crush the Praetor's enemies. We are in the neutral zone. They will not enter.
Oh, I thought
refuse.
we went into the neutral
Permit
zone.
me the glory of the kill, Commander.
But I guess we're at just outside of it, maybe?
We will attack.
But on my order.
He's like, nope, I'm not getting the glory. I wonder if that guy said that to make him act. Like, if you don't take the glory, I will.
Damage reports, Mr. Stiles? Negative. Will you require any assistance here?
This time we'll handle things without your help, Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Tomlinson.
What is that?
Enemy vessel becoming visible, sir.
Forward phasers. Fire. Fire.
Uh-oh. What happened down there? Uh-oh. Go, Spock, go! There we go. Ooh, you didn't see that coming, did you?
Captain, standing by to beam your survivors aboard our ship. Prepare to abandon your vessel.
They'd rather die.
No, it's not our way. I regret that we meet in this way. You and I are of a kind, in a different reality. I could have called you friend.
What purpose will it serve to die?
Just one more duty to perform.
The respect between these two is massive. For each other.
I'm alive, sir. But I wouldn't be. Mr. Spock saved my life.
How many men did we lose, Bones?
Only one. Tomlinson.
No.
His fiancée's at the chapel now.
The wedding turned into a funeral.
Received an answer from Command Base, sir. They say they'll support whatever decision you have to make.
It's over. That is just sad. Of all the 400 something people on this ship, one of the two that was going to get married died.
Never makes any sense. You both have to know that there was a reason.
I'm all right.
I wouldn't be. And I doubt she is either. She's probably just saying that. Well, that was definitely a change of pace from some of the episodes that we have been doing. We've been going to planets. We've been dealing with struggles within the crew and inside the ship. But here we had some ship-to-ship battle, which was really, really cool to see. We had two captains nearly equally matched, making hard decisions and, trying their best to strategize in order to come out on top. And we also learned a lot about the history of the humans and the Romulans, and that there was, I think it was 100 years ago, there was a war, and then the neutral zone was created after they signed a treaty, and the neutral zone has not been crossed ever since then until now. And lucky Kirk, he's the one who just happened to be passing by as this is happening. So he is the one who is responsible for making this decision that can have dire consequences either way. Like if he doesn't do anything, if he does do something, and that is very scary to have that much responsibility on your shoulders. And like Bones was saying, millions of lives hanging in the balance, basically. And coming right off of that thought, I was reminded of Captain Pike and some of the stresses that he was feeling about having to make the tough decisions and having the final word, and people, living or dying based on his decisions. I think this is the first time that I've really seen, that I can think of, or at least to this degree, Kirk, really struggling with that responsibility on his shoulders, and somebody has to take that responsibility, and he's good at what he does, and he seems to make, the right call in the moment, or at least things tend to work out so far. But it is pretty unfortunate that the person who would be most suited to carry that kind of responsibility is also the person who would feel the most pain from his decisions leading to dire consequences for other people. There is a show that I've been wanting to talk about since we first started these videos. Now hear me out. It is an anime that was made, I think, in the late 80s, and it's a pretty long one. It's could be a little bit of a slow burn, but it is so freaking, it's like one of the best things I've ever watched. It basically tells the story of a war that has been going on for a long time. I don't remember how long, but like 100 years perhaps, between these two interstellar states, and it's kind of like monarchy versus democracy. It doesn't depict either side as good or bad. They just have conflicting ideals, and then they have these huge scale space battles with like hundreds or thousands of ships, and it's very strategic and tactical. It's not fast maneuvering ships like Star Wars. It's kind of more like some of the battles we've seen in Star Trek, where it's, very tactical instead, but it's just on a larger scale. Anyways, I'm not really good at selling this stuff, but if I can get one person out of all of you thousands of people that are watching this, if I can get one person to watch this series, then I will be so very happy, because you would definitely not regret it. It's called Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and I would recommend the original anime adaptation. There's a newer one, but I'm not sure if it's good or complete. It is intense. After I watched it, I felt like so empty because it was over, and I didn't want to watch anything else. I didn't want to read anything else. I didn't want to do anything else. I just had this void that it left. It was amazing. But again, guys, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what all the duties of the helmsman are, and let me know what you thought of this video and what you thought of this episode in particular. And if you're considering watching the best anime ever, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.